Welcome to another episode of Game Time, presented this week by Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue. I am JP Murrieta, and this week I am at Quemado, home of the Eagles and their state championship volleyball team, and head coach Francesca Chavez. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations are in order. Has it set in that you're state champs and you had the opportunity to lift the blue trophy there?
Yes, we did. You know, finally it started setting in. Honestly, not until yesterday when I was coming back from the All-Star meeting. I was coming back and I was like, oh my gosh, we just beat Melrose and Logan, two powerhouse volleyball teams in the same day.
And not only won the state title, but the first time in 47 years for the school. What does that mean for the program and the school and the history?
Yes, you know, it's been a long time coming. We've had some really tremendous athletes, and this is the first time in, like you said, how many years that it's finally coming together, and not just as a team, but just coming together at the right time and being able to finish with a win.
Well, let's talk about your run and how you were able to do it. You mentioned beating Melrose and a powerhouse program, top seed Logan, and three swept them in the championship. How were you able to get it done?
This year it was weird. We didn't do it traditionally with a ton of seniors. We're still a very young team. And I was kind of joking with someone, and they're like, you know, are you really worried that you have a bunch of 8th graders? And I was like, I hope they just don't know any different. And then they just go out there and able to play just like any other game. And that's kind of how the back half of the season, just how it kind of capped off for us. We had a really good win, and especially against Roy. And I think that just kind of set it up from there.
And then in the postseason, you also took a loss to Gateway Christian and then played your way all through to the final. Yep. What gave this team that fortitude to keep charging forward? What did you say to them?
Well, really, you know, whenever we were in the huddles, we kind of went off the game plan a little bit. We didn't really talk about strategy or tactics. It was more about controlling our emotions and what can we control? What is within our power in order to control? And you know, attitude, effort, emotions are key to that. And it's sometimes that's more important than actually, you know, where we are at the right place, like on the court at the time.
And from what I understand, just weeks leading up to it, you had to make some roster changes, shuffle the lineup a little bit. How concerning was that?
That was huge for us. Because we had a junior, so she also one of our more senior players, one of our big hitters. It was a tremendous loss, and you're right, we did have to go ahead. We went to the Melrose tournament. We woke up that morning and she had a big Popeye arm, is what I've been calling it. So you're right, we did have to rearrange everything. We ended up playing in our main rotation 3 separate 8th graders, but they just came in. That timing was kind of key for us, I think, with them coming in, just because we still got to play some of those powerhouse schools in pool play, but it didn't matter. You know, they were able to grow, and then we played some other teams. We were a little bit disappointed that we weren't able to play the Gateways or the Melroses in the real matches, but I do think that was pretty crucial in their development and just the rotation in general.
Well, let's give some of these ladies some props. Who are the ones that have kind of stepped up into those roles and really risen to the occasion?
Well, we've got to give a shout out to our setter, Lexi. She is a senior, but even in one of the interviews, the player of the game behind us, she gave a shout out to the setter and complimented her, just being able to help her within those big moments and controlling that. So we've got to go Lexi, Nikisha, again, she's also the player of the game. Tremendous hitter. I am biased, but in my opinion, she's one of the best players in the state, hands down. The Libro in the back there, she always carries the defense, and for me, you know, you don't have any defense without offense, and sometimes those setters in defense, they get forgotten a little bit to some of the big hitters.
So you mentioned some of the young players you have on this team. Who do you have coming back? What does it set the outlook for next year?
Oh, well, next year we have 3 8th graders. Raise your hands, ladies. They're in the back. And then we have several freshmen. Go ahead, raise your hands, ladies. And then a few sophomores. And then we still have one of our big hitters that got hurt. She'll be back next year as a senior. And then we have 2 seniors here that that are going to be graduating with Lexi and Kiana.
So it looks like we're going to be talking about you year after year after year,
Oh,
right?
I hope so. I hope so. Yes,
All right,
sir.
well, congratulations on this one and a fantastic season. We'll be back with more Game Time after this.
Hi, I'm Adriana Hood from Quemado. Stick around for more Game Time.
Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks, and athletes who drink or do drugs are twice as likely to get injured. Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to the website to find out today.
There are always a few things you need to take along in order to give your best. Things like heart, comfort, and care. And with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico, you'll take heart, having a local partner as passionate in watching your community thrive as you are. You'll take comfort, assured the promise and peace of mind that comes with the Blue Cross card has been handed down through generations. But most of all, you'll take care, confident the support you trust will be forever in reach for all the journeys to come.
Hello, my name is Chancey Ferguson, and welcome back to Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time, presented this week by Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue. Last week, 5 state titles were handed out in the sport of volleyball. Let's take a look at the teams that lifted the blue trophy. The 2A final matched up defending state champ Texaco against Mesilla Valley Christian. The Wolverines lost the first set but battled back to take the next 3, 25-14, 25-18, and 25-10. Texaco wins their second straight state championship and their 18th overall.
We knew that we had to take one team at a time. We couldn't overlook anybody. And we knew 1 point at a time, no matter if it went all the way or not, we were going to come back stronger the next one.
It feels great. 2 years in a row, man. It hits you right in your heart. It feels amazing.
I tell our girls, hey, we're unbothered. Don't be bothered. We're going to drop a set. We're going to drop 2 sets. It's volleyball. Like, there's a bunch of ups and downs. We're a good volleyball team, so just trust in yourself. Trust in what we're trying to do as a team, and we'll be all right in the end.
In Class 3A, 3 was the magic number. Top seed St. Michael's met up with Cobre. St. Michael's won it in 3, and it's a three-peat. 25-18, 25-9, and 25-18. St. Michael's with back-to-back-to-back state titles.
You know, a lot of people thought I lost a bunch of really great seniors last year, that we weren't going to be back here, and these girls have worked so hard, and you know, I give it all to them. They deserve it. They worked hard. It's amazing feeling, breaking school history.
The 4A final was top seed defending state champ St. Pius against 10 seed Artesia. The Sartans capped off a 24-3 season with a 3-set victory, 25-16, 25-10, and 25-11. It's back-to-back state titles for St. Pius.
It's been the most perfect year. We put in our hard work, we put in the effort and the discipline to get to this point. At the beginning of the season, we said we're going back-to-back, and that's what we did.
We played like a bunch of 5A teams, and like the fact that our team is so close to each other is like just like what puts like us on top of like any 4A teams.
The Class 5A final capped off a perfect season. Top seed Las Cruces took on La Cueva, and the Bulldogs swept the Bears 25-14, 25-23, and 25-11 to win their second straight state title and finish off the season with an undefeated 27-0 record.
It feels amazing. We've worked so hard throughout the season, so to come out here and win it feels just amazing.
Well, I'd say this is the 3rd time that we've won back-to-back. Won it in 97, 98, and 2000, 2001. So it's a great thing, you know, but it's a great thing for these kids. These kids deserve this.
Hi, I'm Chancey Ferguson from Quemado, and we will be back for more Game Time.
At Jiffy Lube, we car about cars. In fact, we're kind of obsessed. It's why we've been taking car business with quick quality service for over 40 years.
Are you saying car?
That's right, Claire. And with things like our Carful Vehicle Review, where our experts check, fill, inspect, and clean your vehicle, you'll know we'll car for your car like we car for our own. Some people think it's just an oil change. Who cars? We do. We car.
You mean care?
Exactly. Jiffy Lube. Car more.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Hi, my name is Nikisha Garcia from Quemado. Welcome back to Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time, presented this week by Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue. Let's talk some football. We are down to the final 4 in some of the brackets and the final 2 in 8-man football, and we crowned a state champ in 6-man football. Let's take a look at all of it. In Class 6A, Las Cruces lost to Volcano Vista during the regular season, but in the playoffs, the Bulldogs got their revenge. Las Cruces eliminated the Hawks with a 17-3 win. They move on to the semifinals. Cleveland scored on their first offensive play of the game and never looked back in their 57-7 quarterfinal win over Los Lunas. The Storm will travel to Las Cruces to face unbeaten Centennial. Here's a look at the bracket. Top seed and defending state champ La Cueva pounded Hobbs and will take on the Bulldogs. Both of those semifinal games will take place in Las Cruces. In Class 5A, top seed Roswell shut out Highland to the tune of 42-0. The Coyotes get Gadsden next, Saturday at 1 in Roswell. The other semifinal will match up Mayfield against defending state champ Artesia. That game will be played at the Bulldog Bowl Saturday at 1. In Class 4A, Bernalillo beat Chaparral 37-6 in their quarterfinal game. The win sets up a rematch against top seed Bloomfield Saturday at 1 in Bloomfield. It will be Bernalillo's first semifinal appearance in school history. Espanola Valley shut out Taos, and St. Pius was a 46-14 winner over Grants, so those two winners will meet in the semifinals Saturday at 1 in Albuquerque. In Class 3A, New Mexico Military Institute went on the road and beat Socorro 29-24. The Colts advanced to the semifinals to take on top seed defending state champs St. Michael's. That game will be Friday night in Roswell. The other semifinal will be Robertson against Dexter, and that matchup will be played Saturday afternoon in Las Vegas. Let's take a look at the 2A bracket. Your final 4 teams are Texaco, Eunice, Loving, and Santa Rosa. Those semifinal matchups will be Saturday afternoon in Eunice and Friday night in Santa Rosa. Your 8-man football championship is set. It'll be Melrose against Mesilla Valley Christian. One of those 2 teams will lift the blue trophy Saturday afternoon in Melrose. The Buffaloes come into this one as the defending state champs. And speaking of state champs, we have a first-timer in 6-man football. Logan took on Grady in the 6-man title tilt, and this was all Logan. The home team scored first and led from start to finish. The Longhorns earned the blue trophy with a 54-14 championship win. It's their first state football title in school history. Good luck to all the teams competing this week. That's going to do it for another episode of Game Time, presented this week by Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue. Thanks for watching this week. Make sure you tune in next week because you never know where we're going to be, who we're going to talk to, but you do know the place to find the most high school highlights? Yep, it's right here. We'll see you next time on Game Time.